there, awesome kindergarten kids. It's Miss Linden again. And for today's lesson, you're going to need those zebra cards that you cut out for the last lesson. And you also need the smiley face cards. So I want you to take a minute to pause the video and make sure you get all your zebra cards and you get your smiley face cards and you cut them out so they look like this, okay? So pause the video and go get those cards. All right, well, I hope you're back and you have your 10 zebra cards and your 10 smiley face cards. For this activity, we're going to be using both of them, but not yet. So I want you to put yours to the side. Just look at what I'm going to be doing on the board first, and then you'll have a minute where you get to play with yours as well, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is line up 5 zebra cards. Let's see, 3, 4, 5. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 zebras, and we have 3 smiley faces. 1, 2, 3. We have 5 zebras and 3 smiley faces. And notice how I lined them up right underneath each other. We need to figure out how many more zebras there are than smiley faces. So if we have 5 zebras and 3 smiley faces, how many more zebras are there? Well, when you line them up like this, the way you would find out how many more there are is how many are extra. How many zebras don't have a smiley face buddy? Let's see, we have 1, 2. So that means there are 2 more zebras than there are smiley faces. So let's try another one. This time we're going to have 8 zebras. So we already had 5. So 6, 7, 8. We have 8 zebras this time. And we're going to have 5 smiley faces. So we already have 3. 4, 5. 5 smiley faces. So if we have 8 zebras and 5 smiley faces, how many more zebras do we have than smiley faces? Remember, we would count the ones that are extra, the extra zebras that don't have a smiley face buddy. Any guesses to how many? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 more. So that means 8 is 3 more than 5. Now, it would be a little more difficult to figure this out if they were all scrambled up. If we had some zebras over here and some smiley faces over here, it would be a lot harder for us to figure out how many more there are. So that's why we're organizing it into nice rows so we can tell. All right, so now we're going to do it all together with your cards as well. So make sure you have your cards handy. And I'm just going to pause the video for 1 second so I can get over to my table. All right, so now I'm at my table and I have my zebra cards and my smiley face cards and my number cards. So now I want you to follow along with me, okay? The first thing I want you to do is to put 7 zebras in a line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Line up 7 zebras, okay? And then I want you to line up 2 smiley faces. 1, 2. We're going to make sure to pair them off and line them up so we can see which ones have buddies and which ones don't, right? So let's figure out how many more zebras there are than smiley faces. How many don't have a pair? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 more, 5 extra zebras, right? We can actually make this into a number sentence. So how many zebras are there altogether? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So we need to find the number 7. Now we're going to do 7 minus, how many smiley faces are there? There's 1, 2. 2 smiley faces. 7 minus 2 equals, find that equal sign, and this last number is going to tell us how many more zebras there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 zebras that do not have a pair. So there's 5 more zebras than smiley faces. So our number sentence would be 7 minus 2 equals 5. Right? All right, let's try another one. This time, we're going to have 5 zebras. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 zebras. And we're going to have them be a little bit silly, and they're going to be all over the place this time. And we're going to have 3 smiley faces. 1, 2, 3. All right. So see how I got them all mixed up? Well, now I'm going to pair them off, just like we did before. Let's pair them off. So those are paired off, those are paired off, and those are paired off. So how many more zebras are there? It's the amount that don't have a buddy, right? This one doesn't have a buddy, and this one doesn't have a buddy. So there are 2 left over without a buddy. That means there's 2 more zebras. And we can make this into a number sentence too. How many zebras were all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our first number is 5 because there were 5 zebras all together. 5 minus the number of smiley faces, 1, 2, 3, equals, let me just move those out of the way a little bit, equals how many zebras are left all by themselves? 1, 2. There are 2 zebras that are left all by themselves. So 5 minus 3 equals 2. All right, so now let's try it again with a different number. This time, we need 8 zebras. So I need you to get out 8 zebras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Wow, that's a lot of zebras. We have 8 zebras, so make sure you have 8 zebras lined up. And we're going to have 6 smiley faces. So let's put 6 right underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's easier to do it this way so you can easily see how many are left over. But if you want to mix them up a little bit, you can, as long as you pair them off. However, it's easier for you. I just think this is easier for us to see our answer. So now how would we do this? What number sentence would we do for this? We have to start out with however many zebras there are. That's our first number. So who remembers how many zebras there are to begin with? There are 8. So we start off with our 8. And then we do minus how many smiley faces? Does anybody remember how many smiley faces there were? There were 6 smiley faces. Equals how many don't have a buddy? How many over here don't have a buddy? Count it up. Figure out your answer. It's 2. 2 are left without a buddy. So 8 minus 6 equals 2. All right, I think you did really great this time, you guys. Now I want you to do the same thing we did last time. Now that you know how to play this game, I want you to teach a family member, whether it's one of your parents or an older brother or an older sister. I want you to teach them what we just did. How to line up your zebras, how to line up your smiley faces, how to match them up and see how many more there are. And I want you to do a couple of them with them, okay? Make sure they know how to do their number sentences because I know you guys are pros at it by now. So go ahead, teach one of your family members. All right, I hope you had fun and I will see you next time. Bye.